one thing there. Okay. For the other thing, I've got the wrong screen. Huh? Oh, there it is, screen one. It's labeled weird stuff. Some very weird stuff in here. Very weird stuff going on. Oh, that's so much closer. So much closer. I can actually hear the ASMR as I'm doing it. Do I sound trippy? It's because 4 mics are on at the same time, unfortunately. I don't know another way other than, like, when I'm talking for a bit, I could turn off the pen microphone, and when I start going again, I can turn it back on. I'm not sure this is the microphone I want to use. I mean, the vocal mics. It was fun, no. Okay, I'll turn it back on. If you're, well, yeah. Yeah. So I might not even need the vocal mics for the most part. Kinda, Anyway. Yo, this setup is so trippy. It's so trippy. So trippy. But let's get on with the experiment. So, yeah, because the microphones are so close to my face now, you will lose my face tracking a little bit. No. I'm just me, just pressure, with a little bit of echo. Actually, voice from the off. Like I'm delivering an address to a room full of scholars. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see if I can angle that a bit more and maybe pick up a bit less of my voice. It is picking up the same level. Wow. Let me turn that down a bit, and maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help. Anyway, what are we drawing today for our experiment? We've got a dolphin. We have a rusty valve. Oh, voice from above, yeah. That could be. We have a wheel of a cart. A skillet. Skillet would be interesting. Kelvin to Celsius conversion. Streaming. A steaming car hood. And an ice sculpture. Let's draw a dolphin. Oh, cars. I don't have any cars on the list right now, unfortunately. I know you love cars. Maybe I could do a car. This is an experiment after all. So, what type of car should I attempt to draw? Madam, better artist than Prussia. Oh, a steaming car hood, like the car has caught fire underneath. I was just going to Photoshop cut that out because drawing steam is a little right now. draw the steaming car. You're asking a lot. Hold on. Let me sign into open in another. There we go. Okay. What's up, Nameless? We're giving this a shot. Oh, you mean the Photoshop? Yeah, I can do the Photoshop real quick. That'd be fun. Let me bring up a tab here. Let's make it big. So. Wow, that was loud. Do I have another microphone on somewhere that I don't know about? There's a lot. Bruh. I moved my mouse way over to the right. Okay. It's not going to be this one. This looks like somebody photoshopped some smoke there, just specifically on that one part. This kind of looks good. This... If I cut this out, it does kind of look like... You were in the newspaper? Okay, so we are going to do our best to make this appear like it's a car that's on fire. So first thing is first. Oh, this is kind of weird. Kind of weird, y'all. Let's see. First of all, I want to make sure we've got an alpha. And then we are going to start with the eraser. Now, my plan right now is to use the healing tool and make this smoke go all the way across the hood and maybe down a bit as well. But in order to do that, I will need this texture to remain. So I'm just going to do a rough cut here. Goodness, that's taking a while to peel off. Okay. You can really hear this, can't you? Then we're going to... just right along the hood there. Okay, and that was a surprisingly easy cut. But you know, I've got all these brushes over here. Maybe I can recreate smoke coming out of the front of the hood without this. Why is it taking so long? Okay, so basically, I think I'm going to want like a background layer of smoke. Let me see what I've got here. Wow, that's big. Why has it got all these layer groups here? Delete. I just want one layer. We're going to call it smoke. Okay. Hello? There it is. Make it small. How's that texture looking? Forces down opacities. Let's see what it looks like. What do we think about this one? Does this one look like smoke? Does it not? How about this one? That one looks not like smoke. This is almost a fire. Is this the one I was using before? I think this one looks most like smoke out of the ones. Okay. And let's do smoke is going to be bluish gray. And let's reduce the opacity and the force. Ooh, that looks pretty good. It's very one-dimensional, but let me get this grill covered. Yo! Let me erase here. I did not realize. Yeah, and then we want to let me think. The car itself. Let's just add a black background for now. We're going to dump this color back there. Hello? Oh. My opacity was down. So now we see. Now we see. It's a problem I have. By the way, Kath and Nameless, how is the scratching? Oh yeah, look at that. Let's go back down to 50 and make sure I have covered the rest in smoke. The rest in smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire, except in this case it's just a picture. It's just a picture, you guys. What's this one? I think it was this one. We've got our opacity. Yeah, our opacity and force. I want to go back to this. Eraser. Take a chunk of this out. Matter of fact, let me zoom in. Oops. That wasn't the right button. Zoom in this way. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking very hard about this. And the smoke would be coming out of this line, so I want to cut out down to that line. Matter of fact, let's flip this so that I can more easily cut it out. Yeah. And we're going to cut out the front along the grill here. But I can't really tell what's what. Reverse. Here we go. Okay, so this. Hi, Kath. Welcome to YouTube. I see you. The echo is a little bit weird, I think. But, these mics, while very directional, are not super well set up. So we're looking right here. And right along here. I'll go a little high. Creepy. Not as creepy as Sleepy, who's in my walls apparently. I should file a restraining order. Lol. Just smooth some of this out. Oh, you're all living in my walls. Can you pay just a little bit of rent? I'm not asking for much. Just a little. Just a little. A little bit of rent. So that I can live a little better, right? Right? Right. It does sound like I'm in an empty marble room with the echo. Echo. If I point my mouth down, it picks up a lot more. And if I talk quieter, but closer to the mic, I would imagine it would pick up less. Anyway, let's continue. I want to add a layer of light smoke. Let's go back to our good friend here. Oh, it changed up. I think we were like 400. Force of about 20, opacity about 20. And I want to shift this up. Let's try right there for now. Let's try this and see if it works. Back. I think it actually worked really well. Let me try Yeah. Why isn't that section coming out? Weird. What? Oh my goodness. Hold on. This is why. This is why it's not. I've been drawing on the background instead of drawing in the light smoke area. Okay, now we've got that. Switch it up. Back to this one. The active layer is not visible. Okay. Oh, there it goes. And then we'll add some white. Much, much closer to white anyway. Maybe some blue in it. Very, very light. And we're going to reduce the opacity to about 10. Force to about 10. Then I'm going to decrease the size. We want, I think, and let me reduce the size here. And we'll go all the way white. I should have probably continued the upward motion here. Let me obscure it a bit more. I think obscuring the edge is a good thing in this case. It's a very good thing. Bro, I think it's done. That's kind of wild. I mean, to me, it does look like smoke coming out of the hood, and it doesn't matter that there's nothing behind it because the smoke is thick, right? That's kind of crazy. Well, that's one thing done. One item complete. Let's see. There it is, steaming hot car. Now, we've got our choices of dolphin, a window. I might just cut out the window. The window seems pretty easy. A rusty valve. I have never tried to make rust before. That could be interesting. The wheel of a cart, like a hand cart. Again, I have draw a dolphin. I have it on here twice. Silly ape with pursed lips. That would be really easy to do. Let's do that one real quick. And then maybe we'll do the dolphin drawing. I still haven't gotten anybody to say if the pen sounds good. I do apologize for the squeaking of my chair against my tower. My tower is on the floor, and my chair is a fake leather, so it keeps rubbing against when I turn. Anyway, let's export this. I want it to be a PNG even though it's got a background. Burning car. And it is going to desktop. Sometimes I put it in my, let's get rid of that, delete, roll that up here. Enya Wild Noises. This is for Enya Ignis. I'll be doing a VTuber clip of her very soon. By very soon, I mean probably tomorrow. Anyway, we got that. Discard. What did I just decide I was doing? Oh, a silly ape, but with pursed lips. That's going to be really easy. Let me bring this up. Perfect. I don't remember what the context was. I made these notes several days ago. I am looking for, and I quote, a silly ape with pursed lips. This could be pretty good. Look at those lips. Okay. So we shrink that. Move that into there. Then I'm going to flip over there, and we're going to listen to the mics again. Why is that like that? Okay. Let's make sure we have the alpha channel. Then I'm going to increase the size, decrease the spacing, take, opacity up, force up, and take a big chungus out of here. I guess with the eraser, I'm moving so quietly that you probably won't get a lot of noise. Okay, we'll shrink it. Shrink it. Come on. Nice and close here. Sometimes I think of this as petting, like I'm petting the animal. Grooming in the good sense of the word, like animals groom. Giving it a nice haircut, cleaning up some of the stray hairs. Right along there. Yes, friend monkey. Yes, I actually did a really good job along here. Probably took out a little too much, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be seen. Oh my gosh, look at those lips. Look at those lips. Sorry, I lost control there for a second. The inner Spider-Man came out. Let's come right along in there. We're giving Monkey Buddy a nice haircut, making sure everything feels good, giving it a bath, you know, the good stuff. We're eating the bugs out of its hair. I'm kidding. Don't report me to HR. We're not eating bugs out of its hair. That would be delicious. I mean gross. It'd be very gross. Let me take out some more of this green. Yeah. Just a little more of the green along the edge here. Dip in a little. Yep. Just right along the side. Make it smooth. Make it even. How we do it. How we do it. Let's back out. Monkey. 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 Return to monkey. Monkey. I'm sorry. It sounds so good in my earphones. I'm stuttering and it's making the echo worse. Hold on. Let me export as PNG. Okay, now we can do the little discard. Discord, you say? Discord, you say? Everybody's talking about Discord kittens, but they never talk about Discord monkeys. Anyway, I really want to get rid of the facial toggles and just have it map my actual face as I do Jim Carrey impersonations. It'd be pretty great. Let's do a dolphin, just for fun. I bet you two went to sleep. And Nameless woke up just for a second, just to ask what I wanted and go to sleep again. Funny. Let's go dolphin. I heard dolphins are delicious. Dolphin emulator. Look at all these chickens. This. Bottlenose dolphin. Stereotypical dolphin. And I think this would be fairly easy to draw. I'll probably draw it like down to this slice as well. I'll have to look at something for a reference for that one, but I think I can see the flipper well enough, and then this flipper is just straight on, so it's not a big deal. Eye is completely black. There's a little bit of detail in here. I don't know if that's reflection or part of its skin. Difficult to tell. It looks kind of like an American here. Doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Self-depreciating humor. I'm going to move this over to that screen, but we're going to put it off to the side, okay? Then we're going to shrink this. Oh, that's another good one. New. I even said it. Okay. Let's do some more tippy tapping. Tippy tapping. That water. ASM. Hello, Tadabi. We're experimenting with a mic. I think it's a little more blue. Oh, I was right in between. A little darker. A little more saturated. Then a little bit further this way. That's too turquoise. The title was supposed to be ASM Art, a play on words, because we're arting and ASMRing. Dump. Wow, that's blue. And let's go. Okay, we've got our sketch. Flip this, 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 and this. Okay, so we've got our head here. Comes around this way. Comes around this way. Comes out here. There's a V out here, back around, flipper comes out, comes around. It's almost like a bat wing. And then it comes back up to reconnect here. Actually, this one is back. And that one doesn't exist. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our flipper outline. This comes back in. And then we go down. It's just a bit a little fold here. And it comes back out. Okay, then we come back in over here. With a bit of fin. Just like that. And then we very slowly slope up here, 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 and here. Whew. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you were here yesterday, Tadami, but we did an ASMR kind of stream. It wasn't this with my voice. My voice was just normal in the mics. And I had some mics on the drawing pad to capture the sounds like this. This comes around. We go out and around. It's going to scoop down a little bit and then come around. Coming back in here, down, and we go out. Oh, I forgot. We're gonna have like a down there. It is a nice sound, isn't it? My trouble is the microphones I'm using are sensitive enough to pick up my voice, even though my voice is more than, well, I would say it's 1.5 feet away. I'm not sure how that converts to centimeters, but let me just follow that down for a bit. There we go. And then this was supposed to look kind of like a bat wing. Comes across here, down. There we are. And this comes around. And then it kind of arcs back in like that. This, hold on. Okay, then let's move it. Whoa! It is a dolphin, yes. Control X. And then I go Control V. Yes. And I move it. Okay. Then collapse that back on. We're going to yeah, that's looking pretty decent. Now we've got some kind of this should be out a little more and then come back in. Let me clarify for my future self. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get, so this is going to sweep down just a bit. We're seeing inside the dolphin's mouth. And then we've got our, did I get back far enough? Yeah, okay. Then we come up there. draw some. Time to go to bed. Yeah. Tell you what, though, I wouldn't mind doing this on Wednesdays, but doing it a couple hours earlier for those of y'all in Germany or Europe. I wouldn't mind doing it early. I tried to ask people earlier, like a week or two ago, if they wanted me to do a European hours, and I never got a solid answer. So, okay, so this is probably too big for the eye. We've got a little more of an arch. Yeah, I was thinking so too. Oh my goodness. Can the guy put a muffler on his vehicle, please? Please muffle your vehicle. Anyway, so we've got our eyeball here. Solid as steel. Nice. So, we got a thing here and it kind of hooks and then goes around like that. Then this one comes back to the top of the eye. The top of the dark spot around the eye. This dolphin looks like it needs some caffeine. It is a sleepy looking dolphin. Okay, then we had a really dark patch here. Coming around like that, but it didn't go anywhere. And then we have our pinch here. And it's just got a couple little lines here. Also tracing. There's one. Okay. And then its throat. We got a pinch in more over here, but then after that it goes like this, kind of. We've got this going on with now we've got the lines. Shade, shade. I'm not going to draw in the shading just yet. Okay, so this is our rough. Let me show. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. This one, I probably don't have to do that. And then there's some reflection from light that I might miss. I didn't draw in any of the teeth yet. Those look actually pretty simple to draw, little triangles on the jaw. And some spikes. They might actually just be spikes. They might not be real triangles. I'm not sure I even need to draw in teeth, to be honest. Again, this is going to flash on screen for about 2.5 seconds, and then it's gone, potentially forever, until I need another dolphin representation. So, let's do the line art here. Let me get this out of the way. I have 3 monitors, and for some reason I keep putting the reference image over chat. I have so much space. Okay, let's do our new one. We're going to do we're going to put the line art under sketch, and let's see what actually needs lines. Just the outlines, the mouth. Just the outlines and mouth. Let me turn the sketch down so that it's easier to see. We'll bump this up to 5 for the lines. I use evenly weighted lines. I'm not fully 100% on how to do different weights of lines or the decision-making process behind them, so I just do it all one size. Okay. Ooh, yeah, the nose is a lot longer here than the other one, but let's give it a go. I really hope my finger is not on the button right now. I need to reset my hand, yeah. It is on the button, it's on the button, don't click. Let me read. Let's make this a little more rounded. There we go. My line art sucks, but it's getting better. Oof. My line art sucks, but it's getting better. Rounded. Right around there. I might want to clean that one up. My line art sucks, but it's getting better. I've only been doing this for about 50 days. Nice arc. Yeah, it's very smooth on the picture. And then this one, I think this is a distortion of the water that I was drawing. I think it's more of a smooth. Comes in, comes down, comes back around. Just like that. Wink. Let's do the round and then reset the hand. This is coming out, then coming in, then coming out. Ooh, my hand was almost upside down there. Okay, this needs to be cleaned up. Let's just reset my hand. There we go. Where did I say? Let's redo this. Just this section here. Sorry for the brush. Oh, beautiful. Now I need to reset this section. I think I do lines out this way better than I do lines in. That was almost it. Good. Sorry, that was loud. Okay, so we have the continuation here. the mouth. And then we come out from that. This is going to come along here. This is the interior of the mouth. Here. That's going to meet back here, so we need to just not quite as far in, but close it off there. That's fine, that's fine. It's fine. Okay. A lot of these lines that I drew in are just blended. So like the gray into the light, and there's going to be a little bit of a mottled line here, which is fine. And this other is for once I get the base colors down. So let's get our base colors down. I want a dark pinkish for the bottom. It actually, if I'm looking at this correctly, because color relativity is a thing, if I'm looking at it correctly on a blue background with gray and white, I'm looking at a dark pink. Let me show you. Right in here, you can see it's pinkish red almost, relative to the blue water. And then down, we got kind of a pinkish red back here. So my idea is I'm going to roughly shade in this area. Then I'll add more shading to create the lines here, because these aren't like black lines, right? I wanted the outline so that it stands out really, really clear, just in case I get rid of the blue background. Actually, this blue and this blue are very similar, I'm glad. Because then I can kind of do color relativity with myself here. So my theory is it's somewhere in between here. It's going to be desaturated. It's going to be like right around here-ish. Let's desaturate a little more and go a little darker. Might actually shift a little toward blue. No. Pink is fine. Pink is fine. Okay. Now I will be doing this by hand because I am dumb. I am dumb art baby. So let's color. There we go. Okay, I want to increase the size a bit. So this color is going to be like here. Put it under the line art. Check it like back from the jaw. It almost goes to the eyeball, but not quite. It's going to come up under the jaw here. Fairly skinny. I'm going to have to go back and clean up these lines if I don't do it now, so let's just go ahead and clean it up. Okay. So far, so good. So we've got the eye, and relative to the eye, it curves down. Encounters some difficulty here, where we are going to shift it back this way. Yeah, so this whole area, and then I cut back. It's like there. think this just continues along the body. And it's going to stop right. Sorry for the bump. It's going to stop right around. Is it here? Yeah. Now this, it does come across a bit to the other. Hold on. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's as far down as it goes. I'm going to shade up now. We're going to have a bit come out and come back in. Okay. Smooth that out just a bit. Now we're going to desaturate it further and darken it just slightly. We're all the way in gray now, but I think I should be more in a blue gray. It's just a very, very subtle shift here. Where did it go? If I put that there, and I just shift it into blue. Okay. No, it's more gray. And it's darker. More gray. Darker. I'm going to end up having like a weird color palette for my art. Okay, so we want to come right up to the edge there. And then we've got a bit down that way. That's fine, that's fine. Now I want to take this gray, go even, well, maybe lighter. Maybe a bit lighter, maybe a bit more red. Now darker with a little more red. Right? Am I crazy? I am crazy. Let's do just a bit more. So this is actually a darker, yeah, this is a darker shade than what I had. Now I'm going to shade in this gray area. Just an approximate smooth line. Yeah. And I'll need to zoom in. Definitely need to zoom in. This is going to be right along in here. So go along in here. It's just going to come up. this all along this way? It is. Okay. Other than like just a lip area, which I'm going to lighten later. I don't know, what do y'all think? Are you asleep? Are y'all asleep or still trooping with me? Okay. Zoom out. So this we're going to curve around like that. Drifting in and out of consciousness. This is fantastic. It's almost like this is ASMR as well. Keep on keeping on. This dolphin is going to end up taking forever. I think I was, yeah. I needed to redo the lines here. And we'll flip that. Come along in here. Along down here. If you need to go to bed, go to bed. Well, and for next week, I'll do this stream a little earlier, and we'll have an actual, like, full stream. Like, I didn't want to do another ASMR stream every week, but this is fun. Yeah, this dolphin is going to end up looking funky. Let me do a little thing here. Yeah, this dolphin is way, way off. Way, way off. Color-wise. But we're gonna roll with it, you know? We are going to roll with it. Oh. was in the wrong layer again. Now this is a very light layer. Since we're already in the pinks, I think I will do it like that. Okay. Is that too white? Yes. That's a bit better. Spacing's 10. I don't like that 10 spacing. Let's get the size bigger. Complete this rough draft. Wow, this looks more like a bird than a dolphin colors-wise. But I think I can make it work. We just come right in here. Clean up the line a little. good to have the blue behind it, because I can see the blue pixels standing out. The pixels are obnoxious, but they tell the truth. And I don't want to have missing components, so blue for our purposes represents missing pixels. Pixels that I must fill in. I think I'm funny. Perhaps I'm right. There's no one awake to tell me otherwise, so I'm free to believe as I will. Okay. This was my thing. And then we're going to go actually black for the inside. So let's zoom back in. Well, not all the way black. Let's stop it about right there. Yeah. There we go. keep checking chat, and chat is just telling me everybody's asleep. Okay. Now something I'm going to do here. Let's flip here. Let's do the magic select. And what I'm going to do here, let's shrink that way down. I am going to brighten it up just a bit, because the eye was very muddled. I told you this dolphin looked like it needed a little caffeine. And then the interior. Looks like there's going to be a bit more intensity here. And then it's just, let's flip this over to this. And we'll do a true black for the interior here. Ooh. Opacity and force. We'll do the true black on the inside here. Yeah. With a little bit of gray, we're going to take the opacity and force down again. Right in there. Just a hint. Just a wee hint. Okay. I think I might actually use the black with this one, shrink it down, and we'll make the opacity 10 and the force 10. To reclaim some of that darker. Let's bring it up just a bit. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Zoom out. Well, I totally forgot. That's why we zoom out, though. Let's change it to this. Opacity, force. This is a straight line. Wait a second. Opacity, force. Oh, Control A. There we go. Zoom in. starts from back here, comes down to about there. I'm tipping outside, I'm tipping outside. Shame on me. Oh no, hold on. There we go. Then we had this color, whatever this color was. I'm just going to pinch that out a little bit to make sure I got all the pixels inside. Being in one of my streams is deadly for being awake. It is challenge level impossible to stay awake. And you would say, but pressure, you chose this for yourself. To which I would say, y'all never come if I play games, but y'all come when it's time to sleep. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. That's who we're gonna be. People of the sleeple. I don't know how these random pixels don't get picked. Okay, now there's a couple ways we could do this, but I think on this side the light blends into the darker color. Increase the size. We're going to decrease the force, hardness, and opacity. Come on. There we go. Is there a better way to do this? Probably. I want this to be bigger. There we go. think the opacity needs to be a little higher. Pesky blue pixels. That's not bad. Now, I need to do the same thing. That eyeball looks deadly. Oh my gosh. It's kind of creepy. Kind of creepy, actually. Oops. I dropped my pen. Opacity at 20-ish. Hardness at 20-ish. Force at 20-ish. How big is this brush? I think I need, what do I need? Hardness a bit harder, right? I need force. Let's take opacity and force up a bit. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Just keep on coloring behind the line there. Make the size a little bigger. Yeah, not quite that big. The hardness might be just a little bit too high. There we go, beautiful. This is going to clean up my lines a bit too. Seems like a good shading can clean up lines. that's better. I'm actually going to fade it down into this a little bit as well. There we go. Back. Oh, let's opacity, force, hardness, and grab some of these pesky blue. They're everywhere, everywhere. Can't seem to get rid of them. Okay. Now, does the light blend in with the dark, or vice versa? I think in this case the light blends in with the dark. I think we were at like 25 spacing. Yeah, we'll leave the spacing at 10. Hardness at like 20, force at like 20. Turn the force up a bit, didn't I? Hardness? Hardness was at like 30. Yeah, there we go. Now this is going to be a very peculiar thing. Let's take this. Let's make it darker. Let's widen the brush. I'm gonna come in here. All the way down. I want the brush bigger. Yeah. Then we swap back to the lighter color with a much smaller brush. And the effect yeah. That looks surprisingly good. You want to know what doesn't look good? This right here. Spacing. Hardness. Whoops. I don't want to mess with spacing. Force and opacity. Then we're going to zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It's such a pretty color of blue to tell me that I am mistaken. Okay. That looks a bit more stable, doesn't it? Now I'm going to do a fancy trick. If I can get this fancy trick to fancy trick. Okay, we're going to increase the size. Too big. This is quite possibly good. Of course. Force. Hardness. Hardness will leave up a bit. Like 30-ish. Opacity down near 20. And then I'm going to just do a little just a little more, just a little more. We're going to decrease the size by a bit. I'm going to shade right along here. Okay. That wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but and let's make this a bit lighter. We're going to do some highlights here. We've got some highlights along the top. Right along here. Just some basic highlight. Now, I should do this. I'll put them just below the line art, and then I'm going to opacity opacity, hardness, force. And let me look at our dolphin's teeth. They are just little needles along the jaw. But they start right where this is. We make the size smaller. We're going to back out. If I can get it to freaking back out. There we go. Okay. What color are these teeth? They're a much darker variant. Like there. We've got some hanging. Back out. Okay, so I need some of the markings here. So we're going to take this, we're going to go just a bit darker there. And we are going to keep the hardness but decrease the force and the opacity. But let's make them both like 30. So this does not take forever. 47. No. Too big. 22. Yeah. even if they aren't correct lines. I think I'll probably just go with them. Let's actually there we go. We've got some head markings. I'm going to decrease the hardness here, about 40. We're going to increase the size a bit. And I'm going to opacity might be a bit too strong. Okay, what else did we have? Anything? Let's take the sketch off. Recognizable. Fairly recognizable. I think I need to do some blending there and some blending there. Bruh. Turn my base colors. Actually, the teeth. Let's get rid of the sketch. Let's make the teeth and the base colors the same. Now we've got base color again. That one. Hardness there, forces there, opacity up a bit, and let's make the size just a bit further. Lock those. Okay. The throat area looks kind of bad. Let's export it without the blue background. And that'll do it. I did not mean to stream the entire freaking 2 hours. This was just supposed to be a test stream. By the way, I got the colors all wrong. This is actually kind of similar to that one. But I went too far into the reds. This is, wow. It should actually be a little bit blue, more blue shaded. But relative to the blue water, it looks more pink. Hindsight is 2020. I went a little too hard on the throat. It should be more lined and less squeaky like that, but hey, we've got it out. Okay, I'm going to end stream there, and I will skip the exit and the toilet flush transition. We will leave it like that, friends. Thank you for joining me in this experiment. I need to clean up the audio so it doesn't echo as much, but I think this was a good start. I will see you all later.